The topic of this video is analyzing the graph of a rational function. This is a continuation of the previous video. Alright, so we've already completed steps 1, 2, and 3 for our rational function r of x. We're ready now to move on to steps 4, 5, and 6. Step 4 says, using the reduced r, find the vertical asymptotes. Graph each vertical asymptote using a dashed line. Determine the behavior of the graph of r on either side of each vertical asymptote. Well, in this particular instance, we were not able to reduce our function, so our original r and our reduced r are the same function. To find vertical asymptotes, we set the reduced r denominator equal to 0. So we have x minus 4, x plus 4 equals 0. By the zero product property, we get x minus 4 equals 0, or x plus 4 equals 0. And therefore, x equals 4, x equals negative 4. We have two vertical asymptotes. And because each one has a factor that only appears one time, the behavior near each one is going to be up on one side, down on the other. So let's write our two vertical asymptotes. We have x equals 4 with the behavior that it's 1 up, 1 down. And we have x is equal to negative 4 with the same behavior, which is 1 up and 1 down. We don't know which one it is. It could be up with down or down with up for either one of these. In fact, let me write this in a slightly different way. I think that's a little unclear. It makes it look like the first one goes with the first one, and the second one goes with the second one. All right, the vertical asymptotes are x equals 4 and x equals negative 4, and each one could be either this situation or this situation. 1 up, 1 down. All right, that moves us now on to the horizontal or oblique asymptote. So if we look at our function, r of x is equal to x over x squared minus 16. We can see that the numerator is degree 1, the denominator is degree 2, which means that the numerator degree is less than the denominator degree, and therefore we have the horizontal asymptote, y equals 0. All right, so we have the horizontal asymptote, y equals 0. Next thing we have to check is, do they intersect one another? And the way we do that is by setting the two equations equal. So our equation for our original rational function is y equals x over the difference x squared minus 16. The equation of our horizontal asymptote is y equals 0. They both start with y equals, set the other parts equal. So I get x over the difference x squared minus 16 equals 0. The only way a fraction equals 0 is if its numerator equals 0. So this gives me x equals 0 as the point of intersection. And we learned earlier that when x equals 0, y equals 0. So the intersection is at the origin 0, 0. I need to clear a little space for this. So the intersection is at 0, 0. Okay, so now we've completed steps 4 and 5. The only thing left to do is to complete step 6. And we will do that in our next video.